Hey, ain't we been through it all? Then we sleep on them floors. Everybody we thought we needed, we don't need them no more. Run it up, don't check the score. No, I'm balling on
college football playoffs. I don't even know what part it is. 3.5. I think we were supposed to get 2.5 earlier, which we got on mutt.gg, but was never in the catalog. But nevertheless, we got cards. Sorry there was no video yesterday. Hope you guys enjoyed the shorts that I put out. Bowl Blitz really just didn't speak with me. Look, if we take a look at the cards just real quickly, because I did tell you guys I would look at every single drop in terms of a program and see what cards I really like. There was only really a couple cards that I really liked, if I'm being completely honest. A couple of 94s, which if you follow my nightmare strategy, which we'll look at here shortly before we get into the college football playoff stuff, because there's a lot of stuff to get into, we made it happen. I did get Brian Longwell. Now I didn't really like him because of his card. It's great. He has 91 speed, no pass rushing, or no zone. Really, the only reason I picked him up because he was minimum price, right? So I picked him up for 77K. So I knew if I got him at 770K, he won't go any lower. I don't really want to go crazy on any cards because we are getting an odds boost soon. I don't know if it's next week or the week after, but an odd boost is happening. And then another card I really liked was Jake Slaughter. The same thing I talked about on the Nightmare promo. If you didn't watch that video, go check it out. This guy is the best center in the game. He was minned out. I got one of them for 77K. He's up to 95. I'm still going to monitor him throughout the day and see if one sneaks up for 77K, because he is the best center in the game. So to get the best center in the game for 77K, which is minned out, if he shoots up, we make coins that way. But quickly, just before I get into the college football playoffs, because there is a lot to get into and a lot I want to talk about. If we look at Nightmares, there were two cards I said to look out for. Cage Casey, I told you guys to get him at 77K. He was at 77K for most of Wednesday. He's 106 right now. If you got him for 77K and you selling him now for 105, it's a good 20K profit, right? I told you guys, buy on Wednesday, sell on, or I forget when the Nightmare promo come out, Tuesday or Wednesday, and then sell Friday, Saturday. He's already up 20K. Right, that's a big time W. And two other cards I said to buy was this Jacob Gardner. Again, if you got him at minimum price, which is 47K, and you could, because I did it, he's up to 60K right now. You sell him for 60K, you're making 7K, but I feel like he gets higher, right? Because there's no other center besides him and Jake Slaughter when it comes to that. And then, and like I said, we'll revisit these next Tuesday as well. The other one was Corey Simon. Again, Corey Simon, when I think it was like 40-something K, and I said he was a budget beast in terms of a linebacker, he's up to 66. So there's another 20K you would have made. So even though we're getting newer cards or whatnot, some of these older cards still have value because they are budget beasts, which we'll talk about some of the budget beasts in college football promo. And I think there's a good chance to make a bunch of coins in the college football promo today. All right, first thing first, lockers. I have 2 lockers, 3 season 4, 2 small ones, 2 mediums. And I'm going to play the quarterfinals, and I think I'm going to open up this today because there's a bunch of good college football stuff, right? Now, another thing I want to talk about quickly is trophies. Now, we know, everyone knows by now, trophies can be utilized to get lockers in the store. I did some quick calculations. I believe, and I'm sorry that I just hit B, I believe we'll be able to get up, well, you can see I'm at 800 trophies right now. I did calculations. I should be able to get, based off of all this stuff, I think 20,000 more XP, right? Which I believe will get me up to level 40 along with the dailies, and I can get another 150 trophies, so that'll put me at 950 trophies. So I believe the lockers open on the 7th. Today is the 3rd. You guys seeing this is 4th. So if we have, I think they're open up on the 7th. Is that right? Is that when they open up, or is it the 9th? They open on the 7th. So we basically have today, the next day, and I think depending on when they open up on the 7th to kind of get, that stuff orchestrated. So we got 3 more days plus today to get that done. So I believe if you get everything done, you will be able to get enough to get another locker. And what I mean by that is another large locker. So if you guys don't know, I think it was last week of Blitz, they had cards in the game like a Champ Bailey, Brian Dawkins and stuff. Now, these season 4 lockers, you get an extra large locker for 660. If we get that extra 150, right, we're going to be at 950. So 660, that'll leave us with 290, and then we can get 2 large lockers. That'll leave us with 30 trophies. So that's my motto, is I'm going to try to get all this completed, get an extra locker, and get a large locker as well. Now, also, Just so you guys know, you guys need to be playing this. Now, if you don't have a team, it's free to play. You get entries every week. You need to be doing all this, right? So I didn't know it was repeatable until last week. And what I mean by that is I thought once you won, you couldn't play anymore. But as you can see, I got 2 medium lockers, and that's for me from playing the quarterfinals and winning both of those times. So we got the quarterfinals out of the way. As you can see with the rewards, we got our medium locker and a semifinal ticket. This week is semifinals, right? And with the semifinals, you get, they give you 4 tickets for logging in, but then I actually have 2 extra ones from playing the quarterfinal. I'm going to finish playing the quarterfinals first to try to get 2 extra tickets, because if you get 4 wins in a row, large locker, 3,500 plus a championship ticket, which championship ticket should be next week. I think you get an extra large locker from that, right? And then you have this playoff redemption. You can win 2 games. Now, you get this from doing the playoff semis, I believe. Even if you get 1 win, if I remember correctly, you get a redemption ticket, which can get you a small locker. So, need to be grinding that. That's almost most important than anything else at this juncture. Now, let's get into the actual college football stuff. Like I said, it's so much to get into. They haven't updated the solos. I know a lot of people ask if they've updated the solos. I don't believe as of yet, and I actually have to get on my grind with my solos. They still have those 3, so that's good. You also get lockers from those as well. But let's look at the cards today, man. We got a fantastic drop, and that's why I'm thinking about opening my B&D Rare Fantasy Pack, if I'm being completely honest, right? We probably have the best new user linebacker in the game, and like I said, I'll talk about, as I always do, some cards that I'm looking to pick up for the minimum to make coins. So let's just go to college football playoffs, because that is the focal point of the video. First card we should see, Jack Kaiser. Some say the new best user in the game. I'll be honest, I am looking to invest in him. 92 speed, he can rush the passer, but more importantly, where is it at? 91 change in direction. You can use him as well. 90 zone, he could be a looper, he could be off the edge, he can do it all. Now, I'll be honest, I'm looking for him around 300K, 350 maybe. He's at 400K right now. The supply on these cards are not that much. It may even be 400K. I will update it, but I'm hoping he gets down to 350, because I think he can shoot back up north of 500. I really do shoot it north of 500. It happened. I talked about it the other week with Bo. I forget what his name is. He's gonna pop up here, but Bryce Bichette. I'm thinking Bo, the shortstop for the Blue Jays. He went up to 500K, but now he's back at 460 because of him. Cameron Camper, stay away. Just look. He has 93 speed. There's other receivers that are better. I understand he's 6'3", 197, but there are other receivers. Laquan Treadwell is just as good, and he's 100K less. So, and you have DK Metcalf, who I believe is a little bit cheaper as well. But those are the LTDs today. If we look at the actual 94s we're getting today, where are they at? We're getting Carnell Tate, monster of a wide receiver. DK is 270K. I believe Carnell Tate is a little bit more. I like DK better because he's bigger. I think they're the same height, but 400K. Do not be paying 400K for a set card. Just don't. I don't even think you should pay 250K for DK, right? And if we look at who else, we got Samel Molden, great middle linebacker, but there's another middle linebacker that I'm going to talk about. 6'3", 235, 91 zone, 91 speed, 90 COD. So does that hurt the linebacker, the LTD Kaiser's price? Not entirely sure, but Mondin Jr. is a great linebacker. So that's all that. We obviously have some of the lower cards. McGill, we're so loaded at safety, right? And I'll talk about a safety that I kind of invested in. It was an accident. I didn't mean to, but 93 speed, yeah, he's cool. But all right, let's talk about some of the cards that I think could be a great value, right? The first card that I kind of looked at and picked up, I don't know if he's going to show, because I don't think he shows. No, they don't show in the, I got to go to my binder and look at. First card I picked up, and I don't know why. I just seen him at a great price, and I bought him. He probably isn't selling right. Actually, did one already sell? One already sold. Jaden Kennedy, right? I got 2 of these, and if we actually go on mutt.gg, you can see, or cut.gg, you can see the 2 I got, because I had it up. I got these 2 right here. 92K, 119K. Now, if I back out, I think that one should have sold, and we should have 119K, because I did sell. I put it up for 119K, and as you can see, my coins just went up, and we just made a quick, from 92K to 119, we made a quick 18K. Right? Just a quick little 18K, nothing special. Oh, and you guys didn't see my coins go up. My bad. But as you can see, if you rewind the video. I was at 1.2 something, and we went up to 1.3 because the Kennedy sold. And I can actually show you in the auction house that it showed. There's the 119, right? I'm still trying to sell my Rod Woodsons. I did get my VIX off for 280, which is a W. But you can see 92 and 90K just to prove. And there's the other ones I got as well. Like I said, Slaughter was a little bit more, but Longwell is, like I said, minimum price. So that's something Kennedy, and I don't know why he's expensive. Like I said, maybe because of the rarity of these cards, right? But then if we take a look at some other cards, right? Some other cards I think we definitely need to have a conversation about. And we're going to have a conversation about without a shot of a doubt. Let's go down. 94s are great, but 92s is what I'm looking at. You guys all know about this card by now. Greg Penn. Arguably, pound per pound, coin for coin, the best user in the game for 70K. Now, are you going to get him below 70K? Oh my. I want him closer to minimum, but I'm going to take a chance. I'm just going to take a chance, and we'll update this because this is a fantastic card, dude. This is an absolute fantastic card. I think anything under 45K, I don't think he gets down to minimum, if I'm being completely honest. I'm just going to snag these two, and we'll update at a later stage. I'm glad I was able to get these right at the price. If I actually take a look on him on cut.gg or CFB Fan, I don't know why I say cut.gg, but if we look at Greg Penn, let's look at his what he's been. So he's been selling around 47K. There has been some cheaper, but I think he gets back up to 70K. There's not that many up at this moment. So if I got him at 45 and 48K respectively, if they get back up to 70, he gets back up to 70K, that's me making, what, 15 and 18K respectively on those cards. So Greg Penn is one I definitely would look at for the next 2 days. If he creeps around, personally, I probably paid too much for him. I still should be able to make some coins, but I want him at the 40K range. As you can see when I show you on CFB.fan, there's a lot that was sold at the 40 range. You could definitely get him. Now this guy as well, another great budget middle linebacker, 6 foot, 88, 85 change of directions, not worse, not that bad, excuse me, but he has man coverage, which makes him great too. Even him, if you can get him under the 40K range, see, like, that's not too bad, but we learned with Greg Penn, they do sell under 40K. Remember, we're looking for rarity positions, linebackers, linemen, things of that nature. And a lot of these linebackers that are upper echelon, as we've seen up here, 400K. Even if we look at the 94 one we thought was great, I believe he's about 150, could be even more when it comes to this. So this is how you're going to 175. Which, if we actually look, I wish we can compare and contrast, which we might be able to. No, it's not going to let me compare and contrast. We compare and contrast him and Greg Penn. 91 speed, 91 zone, and he has, I believe he has 89 man. Remember that, 91 speed, 91 zone, 89 man. If we look at Greg Penn in terms of what he has and his attributes, remember, there's about 120K difference. 91 speed, 90 zone. 90 change of direction. 84 man, 90 zone. Now remember, the threshold for man is 85, so you can easily get Greg Penn up to an 85 man. Is there 120K worth of difference between Greg Penn and that 94? If you ask me, I don't think so. That's just me personally, but what do I know when it comes to this game? So those are some of the two I was looking at. There was one more. Where is he at? Kendall Carr, the best budget tight end in the game. Again, around that 40 to 45K mark. He's going to be harder to... I'm just going to go ahead and take that because I don't know if that's going to last. So we're just going to take Kendall Carr. Around that 40 to 45K mark, these are cards that I'm looking at. And look, to be honest, I may end up going broke on some of these cards and seeing if we can pull it. I'm just going to look at Carr on CFB.fan. I mean, on CFB.fan, his average price is around 55K. So the fact we just got one for 45K, which I'll monitor that and see if there's anything else. I can see him getting back up to 70K. Because if you don't know, bro has 93 speed at tight end. So this is why I said today could be a generational day in terms of making coins. This guy has a chance, but there's so many players that get silver quick jump now that he used to be, you know, 30K, but there's so many up, I wouldn't even touch him. You can get him for the minimum if you want. Hopefully he gets up to 40K, but there's so many players that get silver quick jump, and there's nothing unique about him in terms of speed or abilities or anything of that nature, right? Yeah, man, those were two. Those were two that I really, really wanted to focus on, or three, excuse me, that I really, really wanted to focus on. This Marquis Collins, he's okay when it comes to an investment. 92 speed. Obviously, if you want a 93 speed, you're probably playing a premium, right? But if you're on a budget for 50K, if you can get him around 40K, the problem is there is a lot of corners, right? There's not a lot of tight ends. There's not a lot of middle linebackers. That's where I really like those, and also I like linemen too, right? This Lander Barton, who got a season 4 card too, so I don't know how much of this card is going to be used. I'm actually rocking this card right now, but he's actually pretty good. I would like to get him at minimum, which minimum is 30K. If you get him at minimum at 30K, you can flip him to 40K. You see what I'm talking about, right? Let me just look real quick and see if, because that 32K looks a little enticing, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, his average price is around 35. So if I can get him for 32, that's the cheapest one that's sold. So yeah, there's one that sold for 30K, but outside of that, he's been there. So now what I'm gonna do, man, I'll get into some of the content. So we'll actually go to the auction house. We'll buy a 96, and we'll do some rolls, because I looked at the packs. You guys will probably look at the packs. Obviously, I told you guys we don't spend money unless it's a extenuating circumstance. Those 365 points have been up there forever. The boosters do look enticing today, but we're just going to get a Patrick Payton quick sale. And what I'm going to do to try to mitigate my loss, if I get a 92 or something that sells for anything, I'm going to sell it, right? But hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I gave you guys an insight on terms of making coins, how you can make coins today. Like I said, we will revisit next week and later on in the week, just the same thing we did with the Nightmare promo, right? And look at some of these cards. But here we go, boys. Let's get into it. Apologize if it's a long video. When obviously explaining this stuff, I gotta explain it in detail. And then also we have our B&D rare pack. We have our B&D rare pack. Sorry, it's like 7 in the morning when I'm recording this. Kids are just waking up. But CFB training pack. This gives us like 6 rows, man. Like 6 rows to be great. 6 rows to be great, and I believe 90 simulator. Yikes. These don't even, I mean, dude, I'm not selling. I'm just not selling for 11K. Not in the big 2025, dog. We're not selling for 11K. It's just not happening. So hopefully we can get a pull. Maybe like a 92 or something. 92 Jacob Parrish. Okay, let's look at his price. I mean, one did just sell for 52K. So, look, I'm going to try to sell him for 52K because, again, that's me getting a quarter of my coins back. This isn't not the B&D pack we were opening up during the rush, boys, and we have to be very, very mindful of that, right? Just quick selling as we go. We got to try to get some of our value back when we can, right? We got to try to get some of our value back when we can, because a lot of the time that's going to happen and we're not going to get our value back. So be mindful of that. Right? We got probably about three or four more packs. He may have had a little bit more value, but I didn't look into it. So, oh well. I'm just saying, hopefully we can get a purple animation. A purple animation. I'm not expecting an LTD or anything out of this, but a purple animation will go a long way. Because there are some expensive 94s. The right guard, TJ Shanahan. You have DK Metcalf. Tyson Durant could be expensive. Don't know. He's not. He's 30K. I know I said I should take my coins, but I'm doing it for the Vaughn. Doing it for the Vaughn. You young kids don't know about doing it for the Vaughn, but let's see. We might have 2 more packs out of this. Maybe 2 more packs, depending on what we get out of here. 90. So we wasted 200K. We got 50K back. So we'll maybe, depending if we can walk it off here and get anything. These packs have to be better. They just have to be better. Maybe give us a B&D pack. I'm not entirely sure. But we essentially lost about 150K. Right? Lost 150K. Now, we'll walk it off. I'm saving that Season 4 one until next week. And so hopefully the pack odds update. I wanted to save this one, but we got it right before the video. So let's walk it off. Season 4 B&D Rare Fantasy Pack. Let's see if we can cook. Let's see if we can cook. Now, we start off. Nope, you're not getting me, buddy. It's like an 88 or something. Wow. My B&D rare fantasy packs, bro, 93, have not been good for quite some time. Not been good for quite some time. I mean, we did get a 93 there, so I guess I can't complain about that. But, man, I think, does that give us enough for... Nah, it does not give us enough for one more. Let me see if I can get one more and walk off. Do I have anything in my binder that I can quick sell to walk off for one last pack? That's... What about this guy? Ooh, that's close. That's close. Maybe? Alright, last pack magic. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Hopefully we can walk off. I'm hoping these lockers presented some good value, man. I'm really hoping our lockers presented some good value. Hopefully I explained everything in terms of my methodology with the way I'm thinking in terms of buying and selling cards and what cards I'm looking to buy. So last pack magic. We ended off with a 90. The same 90 we had before. So stay away from the training packs, man, if you're trying to make coins. Like I said, we just lost 150K. Luckily, I can make it back a little bit, so I'm out. Deuces!